Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving straight into a direct expansion of our breakdown from Episode 3, The Candy Economy. Last time, we got into the lightning-fast world of spending, right? But today, our source material completely flips the script. We are plunging into a brand new narrative that focuses on the exact opposite, the strategy of saving.
But before we get into the story, I want you to ask yourself something. If you stuff your money into a piggy bank today, honestly, how confident are you that in 10 years it's going to hold the exact same value? It's a super simple question, but man, it fundamentally challenges how we view the future. We usually think of a piggy bank as the safe, impenetrable fortress for our hard-earned cash. But what if the fortress itself has a design flaw? Just keep that in the back of your mind as we unpack this.
So the source material we're looking at today uses this awesome anime-inspired sci-fi narrative to break down some pretty abstract economic concepts. It uses these really vivid characters and a slightly futuristic setting to make everything super digestible. So let's just step right into the scene.
Okay, setting the scene, we're back in front of the candy store. We've got this wildly enthusiastic grade schooler. Let's just call her Kid 1. She has just witnessed the blazing speed of a digital payment, specifically on the Lightning Network, and her eyes are absolutely huge with amazement. She tugs at the short of our main character, the mysterious, kind of cynical Satoshi, and declares her master plan. She's going to go home, stuff her piggy bank full of money, and one day she is going to smash it open and buy every single piece of candy in the store. It's basically the ultimate consumerist dream of a kid, right?
Well, the system governing this world isn't going to let that slide. Satoshi's internal AI companion, a system named BitDra, immediately rings alarm bells in his head. BitDra detects what it calls a severe consumerism attitude in the kid. The AI literally gives Satoshi an ultimatum. Intervene and correct this mindset right now, or you're losing 50 life points. Satoshi, who honestly looks like he'd rather just take a nap, curses under his breath. He's trapped. He has to step in and teach this kid a massive economic lesson.
So Satoshi looks down at her with this really piercing gaze. He sees right through the mechanics of their world, and he drops this heavy realization on her. He says, "You are trapping your hard work in a bucket with a leaking bottom." He's trying to totally shatter her illusion that just shoving paper money into a container means that value is absolutely safe. Now, standing nearby is Alyssa, this sharp, inquisitive 23-year-old. She connects the dots instantly. She looks at him and asks, "Wait, are you talking about decreasing purchasing power from inflation?" But she hits the nail on the head with the follow-up thought. The kid is way too young to understand macroeconomics. How on earth is Satoshi going to explain inflation to a grade schooler?
Satoshi knows a textbook explanation won't work here. Visual memories are what stick. So he casually puts his hands in his pockets, snaps his fingers, and activates BitDra. The AI, taking the form of this calm, holographic dragon, confirms the command and initiates a 10-year forward simulation. But in a hilarious little twist, the system still charges Satoshi a fee of 5 Satoshis to run the projection. He grumbles about the system being super stingy, but hey, the cost is paid and the lesson begins. BitDra projects this glowing hologram right in front of the kid. It shows 2 totally different piggy banks. On the left, you've got your classic pink piggy bank, clearly labeled fiat, representing traditional paper money, and on the right, this gleaming solid gold piggy bank marked with the symbol for Bitcoin. It's the ultimate visual showdown, the traditional paper vessel versus the new digital one. The simulation kicks into high gear. Glowing numbers float in the air, ticking forward rapidly. Year 1, year 3, year 5, year 10. And as those years just fly by, a crazy visual transformation happens. The pink piggy bank actually begins to crack. These invisible holes appear at the bottom, and the paper money inside literally starts falling out, just evaporating into thin air. By the end of the 10 years, less than half of the original money is left. Meanwhile, the gold piggy bank? Pristine. No scratches, absolutely no leaks. It actually looks denser, holding its value tightly, and glowing even brighter as time goes on. The kid is totally stunned. Her jaw drops, she points at the pink hologram and yells, "Who broke my pink piggy bank and stole my money?" She's absolutely adamant she didn't smash it, so she thinks someone must have sneaked in and robbed her. She is experiencing that visceral, gut-punch shock of lost purchasing power, even though the physical container itself was never actually breached. Satoshi gets right down to her eye level and delivers the harsh truth. He tells her, look, no burglar broke into your house. Instead, it's the system itself. A system that can just endlessly print more paper money. And every single time it does, it secretly punches another tiny hole in your piggy bank.
He explains that adults in fancy suits call this polite robbery by a totally different name: inflation. It's not some thief in the night, it's the literal mechanics of the fiat system diluting the value of her hard work over time. Because of this constant, silent leaking, the end result is pretty devastating. As time passes and prices inevitably rise, that grand dream of buying out the entire candy store, it vanishes completely. The paper money left in that cracked pink piggy bank after a decade might only be enough to buy a single piece of candy. The kid did the hard work. She saved the money. But the actual value was completely eaten away by a flawed container. Satoshi then reaches out and taps the glowing gold hologram, shifting gears from the problem to the solution. He explains that simply dropping coins into a jar isn't actually saving. True saving requires a container that has absolutely zero leaks. You need a vessel that is fundamentally immune to the polite robbery of infinite money printing. And this brings us to a seriously profound realization from Satoshi. He says, true saving is locking your lifetime so no one can steal it. That completely shifts the perspective on Bitcoin. It's not just some tech tool for fast digital candy purchases. It is a secure vault for human effort. When you work, you're trading your finite time on Earth for money. If that money leaks, your literal lifetime is being stolen from you. Bitcoin in this story is the unleakable vault that locks that time away securely.
Elisa, who's been watching all this unfold, perfectly synthesizes the takeaway. She realizes that while we tend to focus on Bitcoin as a medium of exchange, like those lightning-fast payments we saw earlier, its absolute most critical function is acting as a hard asset. Its true underlying purpose is preserving value over long stretches of time. It is the golden piggy bank that doesn't crack under the immense pressure of inflation.
With the lesson officially delivered, the system chimes in. Mission accomplished. Satoshi gets 100 points for expanding the kids' and, frankly, our understanding of a store of value. But the writers throw in this great little comedic button right here. After delivering this incredibly deep, high-minded lesson about wealth and time, Satoshi stretches, complains that all this talking made him thirsty, and immediately begs Elisa to buy him a soda. Elisa just rolls her eyes at how ridiculously stingy he is, despite supposedly being this master of hard assets. It's such a fun ending to a deeply educational scene, but it leaves us with a genuinely critical question to ask ourselves, especially after everything we just broke down. Are you storing your life's effort in a leaking piggy bank? It's a powerful metaphor, right? It forces us to look really closely at the vessels we trust with our time and energy. Think about that for a bit. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.